call the meeting to order. Approval of the previous minutes.
So moved.
Moved it.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, resolution.
This resolution is for a pilot application. This is our initial resolution for Eagle Island. This is going to be for a new build in the town of Ontario, and it will be a warehousing organization. Wild Waters Fly Fishing, they prepare fly fishing materials, and then they ship them out to people. They have been in the Bay Industrial Park for several years now, but the owner of the property they are currently renting needs the space for his organization and employees. So he has bought a vacant property and is going to be building a warehousing space at a corner lot. It is privately owned by two people, husband and wife, and it will mainly be the Wild Waters fly fishing for that business in that particular building.
Any questions on that?
Nope.
No questions? Motion accepted?
So moved.
I'll move it.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next.
The next one is our fiscal report. In absence of a fiscal officer, we have our main IDA checking and other accounts with our IDA bank accounts. Currently, we are starting to receive some of the pilot payments that we sent out in September, so you do not see that here because this is as of August 31st, but they are rolling in and they are due at the beginning of October. So we are starting to get those pilot payments, which will be dispersed later on in the year.
Any questions on the report?
Questions
I don't
on
have any
pilot
questions.
billing? So you'll see an inflation of our bank account balance next month as we receive funds. But those, we are just distribute funds to the taxing jurisdictions.
They come in and go out.
Yeah, they'll come in, we'll make disbursements approximately in November, assuming everyone pays their bills.
November this year?
November this year.
Okay.
So all the taxing jurisdictions will receive funds. So these are all what we call new pilots, by the way, which are, we started this practice before I got here. I want to say 2016, we started to convert our process. There are two quote-unquote old pilots still going. One is Garlock in Palmyra. The other is the campus, the college, BOCES, elder care campus there in the Silver Hill Business Park. But the Silver Hill one will expire shortly. Garlock's got another 5 years or so on their pilot.
Damn long.
Yeah, but we'll get to a point in the next 5 years to where we'll be exclusively doing all the billing for the pilot agreements in September. And I want to thank both Katie and Debbie for helping cover the bases as we operate without our fiscal officer here and getting the bills out and making sure we're staying on task. So, job well done. I think we're in good shape.
Anything else?
Nope, not unless there are questions related to any of this.
Okay, number 6.
Do we need to accept the financial report?
We don't need motion
Don't need
on that,
motion.
yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Do you have any executive director updates, Brian?
Nothing specific. I'll tell you, we continue to interview for candidates for the fiscal officer position and are starting interviewing for our, if you will, newly established economic development specialist position. We have a interview scheduled next Monday. I'm hopeful to fill both positions within the next couple months, but I think I've said this before, being a little particular maybe on who we bring on. These are big jobs, and I'm looking for the right fit. So Still working through that process. I'm encouraged by the candidates we have, and sometime in the next several months, I should be coming to you guys with some announcements on filling of positions. But again, team here is doing a great job, making sure we're taking care of things, and then along with Linda Weiner, who's been coming in and helping with the books, but Kitty's doing a great job, making sure we're getting things done and moving forward. Yeah.
How's your real estate landlord thing go?
Go ahead, Katie.
It's going well. We had our third landlord training yesterday, and we didn't have a lot of people on the actual call, but we do record it, and many people are watching it on a later date or a later time. We know it is hard to schedule landlords. Their time varies depending on what's going on in their housing properties that they own. But we are seeing a good number of people reviewing the videos after the event as well. So we have one more training, which is next week on the 28th. And following that, we will have an in-person workshop that will take place in Newark on October 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to provide a few more?
5 o'clock, between 5 and 7, the Newark Country Club, Pete Walrad's place out there. He's got a back room, so we'll set up a panel of housing industry experts, a lawyer / judge, a government official will sit on the panel, probably Thomas Lyon, housing providers that do Section 8, and Pathstone. There'll be a representative from Pathstone as well, and a landlord from the Landlords Association. So it should be an interesting conversation, and hopefully we'll spark conversation with the group. We'll, pose some questions, ask the panelists to answer. Immediately following that meeting, we're going to have a Landlords Association meeting, so we've asked Pam Helming to come. She's agreed to come kind of like at the end of the county panel meeting, beginning of landlord meeting. So we should get some good feedback from that and just try to get everyone up to speed. Should the land bank have a little presence there? The land bank certainly can. I mean, as the Landlords Association, landlords have talked to the land bank. They're familiar with the land bank. I don't know how many deals have gone through, with landlords in particular, but they're good rights for developers, So.
We can inform Mark that event is taking place. We will be sending out some information in regards to that event in the next few days. We can also send it to the board as well.
Invite.
Okay. That'd be good.
Yeah, so we do have it in the board approved back in, I think it was June or July, 2 land transactions, both in the town of Ontario and property owned by the IDA. We did issue the 90-day notice for the sale of the 10.09 acre parcel, leased, half of which is leased to Harbeck. So the clock is ticking on that notice of disposition, and we're looking at a closing date roughly December 20th, give or take, but certainly we're looking before the end of the year. So things are in motion with that to get to closing. AP Enterprises did provide us with an initial IDA application. We need to work through some details on that. That will lead to our land development agreement, which effectively gets them under contract with the property so they can take steps with the town on site plan approval, financing for their project, and then environmentals and other things like that. I imagine that'll take a little longer than prior to the end of the year, but we are taking steps to effectively get out of the land ownership business in the town of Ontario with the IDA. So things are moving forward. It's taken a little longer than I had initially anticipated, but details on nuances on getting all the things worked out. But those are both actively moving forward. Good.
Okay, next.
So with number 6, just an announcement and friendly reminder that we do have the combined audit and finance meeting. It will be Tuesday, October 26th, and we will be talking about the Paris budget, which we need to approve that month for submission at the end of the month.
Okay, questions? That's it for this one.
Was there questions from anyone? Anyone on the Zoom?
Nope.
No, all set.
Okay, motion to adjourn
So
to,
moved. Second.
happy development. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Stop recording.